So we're continuing our discussion on how to send email from the Dialog component, and what we've just discussed here is how you can set global email settings for your entire application inside the project properties. So let's go back now to our Dialog and bring up the builder again for this action. So you can see here we're using the default email settings over here. You can specify whether you want to use Alpha 5's email functionality or the email functionality in the .NET library. For the most part, it doesn't really matter which option you choose here. Either one is going to work. So now I'm going to fill in basically who this message comes from and who it's being sent to, and I'll just pause while I fill in those details. So you can see here that we've now filled in, we want the message to come from my email address over here, and here's my alias, and there's the subject on the message, and then the message should be sent to, and here we've got curly bracket email because that's the name of the field in the Dialog that we want to extract the email address from. So any of these controls here could also be set to a value in the Dialog. You can see by just using curly bracket and then the field name, you can pick up the value from the actual Dialog component. So now we get to the actual message that is going to be sent, and this message is in HTML format. So when I bring up the message editor here, you can see that I have available to me all of the placeholders for the fields on the Dialog. So here we're going to be addressing this email message to first name, last name, so that's whatever the person filled in over there, it's going to be filled in. And then you can see a salesperson from our office in, and then we've used the state field, but we've put that inside the upper trim function to convert it all to uppercase. So you can see here in the example we described that inside these curly brackets you can use any XBasic function that you want, which makes this a very powerful mail merge facility. So here I'm editing my email in source mode, but if I open up the editor I can switch now to WYSIWYG mode, and there I can be editing in WYSIWYG mode. So this email template here is very powerful, and it can be defined either right now, so I've defined the email body right in this action, or I could have loaded the email from a repository. The repository is a table that is specified in your web project properties, and if I chose to load from the repository, then I would just specify the name of the entry in the repository, and that would extract the message for me. But I'm going to use the option of defining the message right now, and I'm going to choose the option to send the email immediately. Now I have another option, which is instead of sending it immediately, just simply add the email to a work queue, and then let some other process actually go ahead and handle the message. And the reason that you might want to do that is that in a heavily trafficked web application, sending email is actually very slow and it ties up the server. So you might want to offload sending the email to another process. So right now we'll just choose immediate, and then we'll say send a confirmation message to display a confirmation message. So let's go ahead now and click OK, and then save this, and then open up the browser and fill in the form. So you can see now we filled in the form, and I've just entered my own email address here so I can check the email response. So I'll go ahead now and click this submit button, and now you can see that we've redirected to the thank you page. And now let's go to my email inbox and check to see if that message is there. So we'll go back to my inbox, and there's my message. So, dear Tom Smith, thank you for your recent inquiry, a salesperson from our Massachusetts office, and you can see that's been capitalized right now. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video.